morning, everyone. Good morning. The show is going to start in just a moment. We could have everybody silence your cell phones, please, as the show is going to start. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Tyler Keefe, Associate General Manager of Civic Center TV, a service of the Greater West Bloomfield Cable Communications Commission with 24/7 broadcast out of Green Media Center in West Bloomfield. Now, we're operating out of West Bloomfield, but we broadcast as a service to West Bloomfield Township and the Tri-Cities of Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, and Orchard Lake Village. We ask now that you silence your cell phones, please, as the show gets started. This broadcast is live as well. We are broadcasting this entire program live on our channels: Comcast Channel 15 and AT&T Channel 99 for Civic Center TV, and the West Bloomfield School District's channel, Comcast Channel 19 and AT&T Channel 99. We're also on the web and welcome you viewing on the web at civiccentertv.com, where you'll also be able to find this entire program live on demand sometime this afternoon or early on this weekend following the program. You can also listen to our broadcasts live on the radio, including 2.5 hours of live news coverage Monday through Friday, beginning with Ronnie Dahl and The Splash live at 9:30 a.m., and then following with 2 hours of me, and I apologize for that, on the Oakland County and Michigan megacasts from 10 a.m. to noon that are also broadcast on the radio on 89.3 Lakes FM and lakesfm.com. Welcome to the 50th Greater West Bloomfield Michigan Week Community Awards Breakfast. Today we are beating the drums for Michiganders who have gone more than the extra mile, just as George Weeks, founder of Michigan Week, envisioned in 1954. Will all who are being honored today please stand and remain standing. What a drum roll to get our honorees started today. Thank you to the drum line. Honorees, thank you. You may now be seated. Stay tuned. There's a lot more to come with you involved today. It's now my pleasure to introduce the co-chairs of Michigan Week, Carol Hack and Pam Zajac.
Where's Pam? Okay, sorry, I don't know where Pam is.
Just go without a reader screen.
Okay.
Put the microphone lower. Here they come. Pam Zajac.
Honorees, thank you. You may be, oh, he already said that. You may be seated. You're all seated. Thank you. Put your mic lower. Okay. Thank you, Tyler, for that nice introduction. We're a little bit befuddled, apparently. I am Carol Hack.
And I'm Pam Zajac. Isn't it a great Michigan morn?
Yes, it is. And now we have another treat. 50 years ago, the Jills, West Bloomfield, Bloomfield Hills School's elite, all-female honor choir, sung Michigan Morn. It is my pleasure to present the Jills of Bloomfield Hills High School singing Michigan Morn. They are directed by choir director Jessica Riley, words by John Jennings, and music by H. Owen Reed. And it is not the same young ladies.
That was phenomenal. Thank you. How about one more round of applause? We know you added this song to your repertoire, especially for this 50th anniversary. We are sincerely appreciative. Jack Freed is the founding pastor of Holy Spirit Lutheran Church. Pastor Freed was the former chaplain for both the West Bloomfield Fire Department and the West Bloomfield Police Department, and a founding member of the original Michigan Week Committee. He's a longtime member of the Optimist Club of West Bloomfield and a beloved member of our community.
Good morning, West Bloomfield, and welcome from St. Joseph, Minnesota. This is one of the first Michigan Week breakfasts that I haven't attended in person, but I want to begin this meeting today with a prayer. I heard from the school superintendent that in West Bloomfield schools more than 61 different languages are spoken in the homes of the students of our schools. And that caused me to think about how many different religions there are in the world. And upon my research, I found that there are 4,000 different kinds of religions. And in my particular religion, there is one God. But the one God looks over all of us. And so today I pray on behalf of God to bless our meeting here today and to bless the food that we are to receive. We thank you for this community in which we live, such a beautiful community. But we're also aware of the people in the world who don't have it as nice as we have it, the people who are engaged in war, the people who are hungry, the people who are refugees. We pray for them and ask God to watch over them. Even in our own country, we are not really a united nation. We are separated by different, not only languages, but we are separated by different philosophies. And we pray that God will bring us together and to bless us in that way. And finally, I ask for God to bless this Michigan Week breakfast and to help us in all of our needs. The people that are sitting around the table, each of them have their own personal concerns. Perhaps you know of someone who is suffering difficulties of one sort or another, and ask you to join with us all in prayers for those needy people. And as we close our prayer, we say, God, your will be done as it is in your heavenly kingdom. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Jack. Will everyone please stand for the presentation of the color guard and remain standing for the national anthem that will be sung by Isabella Macalino from West Bloomfield High School.
Post colors. Post. Present. Arm.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Isabella, for sharing your amazing voice. And thank you, West Bloomfield High School Jazz Band, for the pre-breakfast interlude. Thank you to the West Bloomfield Fire Department and West Bloomfield Police Department for the Honor Guard. This celebration could only happen with the support of countless partners. Civic Center TV tops that list. We thank you. And Dave Scott, we appreciate your ongoing support and that of the entire Civic Center TV team. And now for this year's theme, Back to the Future. Can you see that? No one frames this better than our friend, Pastor Jack.
West Bloomfield's first meeting, the first event of Michigan Week, was a breakfast that was held on the shores of Pine Lake at Charlie's Crab, sometimes known as the Rotunda Inn. And then we had to move to someplace else, so we chose to move to the Orchard Lake Country Club, and we had a great turnout there. I especially remember the Jills from Bloomfield Hills Schools singing Michigan Morn as the sun came up over Orchard Lake, and Cantor Orbach from Temple Israel sang a beautiful medley of songs, What America Means to Me. It was a great send-off for Michigan Week. And we have had many other great breakfasts since that time. As the years passed, Michigan Week grew. It was always attended by a large number of people. But through the years, the focus came to be on the volunteers that we have in the greater West Bloomfield area. And with the help of Debbie Macon, who is known for her volunteerism, each year we have picked out exceptional volunteers within our community, because the community is not only the people who lead the parade, but it's also made up of the people who are in the parade. And we are very thankful for the volunteers who come to this breakfast every year, and their family and the community that supports them. Someone asks, how long will Michigan Week last? Well, that depends. As long as the community lasts, and as long as there are people who are happy to live in the community and celebrate the state of Michigan, I think it'll continue from year to year. And as long as there are volunteers who step up and offer their services to the community, I think there's a place for recognizing them and giving awards to them and saying thank you for all that you have done to make our community what it is. And I want to thank the volunteers who step up and organize Michigan Week each year, they too have done a marvelous work, and I'm very happy to have been a part of Michigan Week for all these years from the beginning until now.
Thank you, Pastor Jack. You helped set the stage for Michigan Week 50 years ago and now delightfully challenge us to keep it going. The perfect team is serving as MC today. When we consider the people recognized for leading our community over the past 50 years, it's impossible to not be humbled and impressed by their contributions. One of those leaders founded and was first president of both the Optimist Club of West Bloomfield and the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. He spent 17 years on the Planning Commission, Zoning Board of Appeals, Wetland Board, and the Township Board. In addition to this rich history, Jeff Lieb was also co-founder of the Michigan Week celebration along with Pastor Jack Fried. Who better to represent our past than Jeff Lieb? Kelly Woodley is property manager at First Holding Management Company, managing the properties of Orchard Mall and the West Bloomfield Corporate Center. She is an active board member of the West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce and hosts many community events at Orchard Mall, including the Chamber's Business Expo, art auction, networking events, educational sessions in collaboration with Beaumont Hospital. Kelly helps implement local events in collaboration also with the Jewish Community Center, the Friendship Circle, BBYO, Bear Hug Foundation, and many more. We are fortunate to have someone with such a rich tapestry in our own backyard, who continues to dedicate herself to our community. Kelly Woodley, we look forward to your future contributions to West Bloomfield, and thank you for all you do. Carol and I will share a little bit more later. Let's get on with the celebration. Jeff and Kelly.
Hello, Kelly. Good to be celebrating with you.
Right, Jeff. When you, Pastor Jack, West Bloomfield School District Superintendent Dr. Anthony Witham, and Township Supervisor Jack Doherty created Greater West Bloomfield's Michigan Week tradition, did you ever think we would be here 50 years later?
Kelly, we knew in 1972 that was the right time to add Greater West Bloomfield to the long list of communities celebrating Michigan and Michiganders. We brought Michigan Week's 3 goals to our community. 1, learn our community history. 2, promote our advantages. And 3, build a spirit of cooperation. And we've done those 3 things for 50 years.
Oh, bravo. The first awards presented are to the Greater West Bloomfield, Michigan Treasures Honor Roll. Any school, organization, business, club, congregation, nonprofit, or public agency in Keego Harbor, Orchard Lake, Sylvan Lake, or West Bloomfield Township is invited to enroll 1 volunteer or 1 team in the honor roll. This new name honors Michigan Week's legacy. This inclusive recognition was originally created in 2011 and was named the Hidden Treasures Honor Roll. It's time to introduce the Greater West Bloomfield's Michigan Treasures. Treasurers, will you please take your places in the hall to my left? Right. Sorry about that. That was probably the easiest thing I'll say all day. Right?
Community leaders who themselves serve. Oh, let them come up. Okay. Community leaders who themselves serve Greater West Bloomfield join in the receiving line to congratulate honorees. These public servants are among those who provided tributes for today's honorees. Please come forward as you are introduced.
Gary Peters, U.S. Senate. Brenda Lawrence, U.S. Congress. Chloe Colano will be representing Congresswoman Haley Stevens. Rosemary Bayer, State Senator. Jim Runstead, State Senator. Brenda Carter, State Representative. Ryan Berman, State Representative. Mari Manugian, State Representative. Lisa Brown, Oakland County Clerk. Marcia Gershenson, Oakland County Commissioner. Kristen Nelson, Oakland County Commissioner. Christine A. Long, Oakland County Commissioner. John Fletcher, Mayor, City of Keego Harbor. Norm Finkelstein, Mayor, City of Orchard Lake Village. John Martin, City Manager, representing Ben Clark, Mayor, City of Sylvan Lake. Steve Kaplan, Supervisor of West Bloomfield. Michelle Southward, Treasurer, representing John Vangemer, President, Board of Education, Bloomfield Hills Schools. Christopher Titus, President, Board of Education, Walled Lake Consolidated Schools. Stacy Brickman, President, Board of Education, West Bloomfield School District. Robert Brooks, President, West Bloomfield Parks and Recreation. Carol Kravitz, President, West Bloomfield Township Library Board.
This 50th anniversary of the Greater West Bloomfield Michigan Week Community Awards Breakfast is being broadcast live from beautiful Wabeek Country Club in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, on Civic Center TV, Comcast Channel 15, AT&T Channel 99, and on 89.3 Lakes FM. The Greater West Bloomfield, Michigan Treasures Honor Roll is a non-competitive recognition. One Michigander or one team was selected by their organization's leadership because of their selfless service. Jim Allen is an incredible asset to the West Bloomfield Township Clerk's Office. He volunteered to work on site, allowing more vulnerable persons to work from home during the COVID situation. He's the only honoree not present. Morgan Black, senior at Wall Lake Northern High School, started the Spectrum of Light Club to increase student awareness of different forms of learning disabilities. Morgan here? Okay, Leo Boone is a remarkable student leader at Walnut Creek Middle School, a National Junior Honor Society student, Leo volunteers as a peer tutor for classmates. Holly Francis jumped right in to offer whatever support and help she could give when she joined the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. Richa Gaitande, an outstanding go-to leader at Wall Lake Central High School, is a 4-year member of the Student Council and leads multiple charitable and school initiatives.
Dr. Gerald Hill, West Bloomfield School District Superintendent, has dedicated his whole life to the advocacy and education of youth. His leadership is instrumental force for change. Lori Jacobs helps improve the quality of life for the residents of Deerfield Village by volunteering to operate the pool, hiring and supervising lifeguards, and keeping the facility in order. Kamala Melabotla, a West Bloomfield High School senior, initiated, organized, and manages a team of student mentors who volunteer weekly at Roosevelt Elementary Kids Club. Genevieve Maddie, a student at Pleasant Lake Elementary School, is driven to go above and beyond in and out of the classroom. She befriends everyone. Tim McCabe has been volunteering his services for the City of Orchard Lake for over 25 years. His leadership roles include City Council and the Tri-City Fire Board.
Rhonda Orr is treasurer for Friends of the West Bloomfield Public Library. Her leadership, creativity, and stewardship contribute greatly to the success of Friends. Stacy Piscini is the caseworker for West Bloomfield Youth Assistance. She has stepped up by volunteering with events, ensuring families don't miss out. Brooklyn Pollard is a student at Keith Elementary School. She practices academic skills in making school announcements and when tutoring kindergarten students. Matthew Weber's role has grown from being in charge of all district events to being the go-to person for virtual presentations in Wall Lake Consolidated Schools. West Bloomfield Rotary-sponsored Interact Club President Anjali Natarajan and Vice President Matthew Gordnier are exemplary leaders. They lead multiple service projects and serve as role models for their peers. Congratulations.
Let's have one more round of applause for the Greater West Bloomfield, Michigan treasures. Receiving line dignitaries, we've placed chairs behind you. Would you please have a seat and take a little break?
Thanks, Kelly and Jeff. Isn't it great being able to be in person this year with everyone? Are you as excited as the Michigan Week Committee to be together for the 50th annual Greater West Bloomfield Michigan Week Community Awards Breakfast? And look, we're here at beautiful Wabeek Country Club. Thanks to Michigan Digital and Civic Center TV for helping to fulfill our dream of 50 consecutive years of celebrating, recognition, and appreciation. Dave Scott, your team is fabulous. There are so many partners to thank. Please look at the list of in-kind sponsors in the inside back cover of your printed program. In-kind sponsors uniquely provide direct support, service, and product discounts to make the Michigan Week budget go farther. Photos from Bill Protakis and Kevin Walsh, and Kevin did the photos that you see all against the walls and in the middle of your table, and Bill Protakis will be taking pictures of all the award winners as they go through. Our tech wizardry in the nomination process and the printed program from Bloomfield Hills Schools, cookbooks by Jiffy, that's the Chelsea Milling Company, communications and public relations support from West Bloomfield Parks, printing from West Bloomfield Schools, logistics support from the best library in the state of Michigan, discounts from our friends at Winning Imprints, Cookies by Design, and Wabeek Country Club. Thank you all for your support. We are a community of givers, and we sincerely appreciate those who help shine a light on those who make Greater West Bloomfield a great place to live, go to school, worship, work, and of course, volunteer. Many, many thanks to those of you who many thanks to those of you who thought enough of someone in your life to shine a light on their service. Thank you to the families who have come to support their loved one or their friend. I am sure they appreciate your support. The Michigan Week Committee appreciates your presence. Together we are building the connected community that makes our community strong. It's now my pleasure to introduce my friend and Michigan Week co-chair, Pam Zajac. Take it away.
This is the broadcast of the 50th anniversary of the Greater West Bloomfield Michigan Week Community Awards Breakfast on Comcast Channel 15, AT&T Channel 99, FM station 89.3, and CivicCenterTV.com from the beautiful Wabeek Country Club in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. It's partnerships that are responsible for Michigan Week's success over these past 50 years. It's my privilege to thank Michigan Week's very generous sponsors and donors. Gretschko Gold in-kind sponsors, Greater West Bloomfield Cable Communications Commission, and Michigan Digital. Greater West Bloomfield Michigan Treasures sponsors, Ken and Deb Macon. Community service sponsors, Chaldean Community Foundation, Marcia Gershenson, Mari Manugian, the Optimist Club of West Bloomfield. Our stewardship sponsors are Lisa Brown, Pastor Jack Freed, the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society, Steve and Lisa Kaplan, Bob and Carol Hack, Diana Mohill, the Rotary Club of West Bloomfield, the Walled Lake Consolidated School District, and our fiscal sponsor, West Bloomfield Youth Assistance. We hope you've had a chance to stroll the room prior to being seated as we celebrate this year's theme, Back to the Future, with a display from our past celebrations and images of what our future holds. There are also photos of previous award recipients in the centerpieces on your table. How great that Greater West Bloomfield holds the record in the state of Michigan for being the longest-running continuous celebration of our state, our community, and its members. This year, we reflect on the people and events that shaped who we are today and recognize those who will help to form our future. Today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. We all hope that we are seeing the last of COVID. Greater West Bloomfield has demonstrated resiliency at its best. As an all-volunteer organization, Michigan Week didn't close up shop. Thanks again to Civic Center TV for 2020 and 2021. Michigan Week hosted 2 virtual volunteer recognitions. We know that each was viewed by over 2,500 people. While we don't have a crystal ball, we can celebrate our educational partners who represent the future. Greater West Bloomfield will welcome 2 new school buildings. Orchard Lake St. Mary's is enhanced with a new classroom building that will serve both boys and the girls, overlooking Orchard Lake and housing 20 state-of-the-art classrooms, as well as collaborative learning spaces. The new West Bloomfield Middle School will open this fall for the 2022-23 school year. A state-of-the-art instructional facility, the new middle school will provide expanded co-curricular space for athletics, fine and performing arts, and enrichment opportunities for 1,200 students. In Bloomfield Hills, there's no East Hills or West Hills or Bloomfield Middle Schools. Now there will be North Hills Middle School and South Hills Middle School. West Bloomfield School District welcomes Dr. Danya Bazzi as the new superintendent. We're excited to see what else our future holds. Kelly and Jeff, back to you.
This is the 50th anniversary of the Greater West Bloomfield Michigan Week Community Awards Breakfast. It's being broadcast live from Wabeek Country Club in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan on Civic Center TV, Comcast Channel 15, AT&T Channel 99, and on 89.3 Lakes FM. Volunteer Service Awards recognize individuals who freely offer their time and their talents to make a difference in their neighborhood, their county, their state, or the world. These are the people that we think of when we hear the word volunteer. Their participation makes an impact. Receiving line, will you please take your spaces?
Kelly, here's a little bit of Michigan Week trivia. One of the original Michigan Week Awards was once called the Michigan Minutemen Award. There could be up to 13 honorees, the number being significant because of the 13 original colonies formed prior to becoming the United States of America. This year there are 5 honorees. Tell us who they are, Kelly.
Certainly. Jeff Bouncel, a certified registered nurse anesthetist, is a City of Sylvan Lake volunteer. He preserved the history and the legacy of the city by documenting and digitizing old photos of Sylvan Lake. Jackie Gerwin is a student-centered and knowledgeable child advocate. For 10 years, she has served in a variety of roles, including PTSA Council President and PTA President at each level within Walled Lake Consolidated Schools. Trudy Hill is a past president of Friends of the West Bloomfield Township Public Library. Her kindness and willingness to share her vast knowledge and experience helps other volunteers be more effective in their volunteer roles. Paul Melarovitz, an alumnus of Orchard Lake St. Mary, is dedicated to volunteering his many talents and skills to preserve, renovate, and restore historical campus settings of Orchard Lake schools. Edward Robbins enriches the lives of seniors in the city of Sylvan Lake, assisting with technology challenges, transportation to appointments, and delivering needed items for self-care are all his specialty. Congratulations to all award winners. How about one more round of applause?
Youth Volunteer Leadership Awards recognizes those under 21 who embody voluntary personal leadership in service to their community. The youth leaders being honored today are personally selected by the school superintendent in the district where they attend school. Each has a stellar record of service and accomplishments and serves as a role model for their peers. The first one, Anna Gorzik, spent 3 years volunteering countless hours by managing and selling concessions to benefit the West Bloomfield Schools District Athletics Program. The leadership improves customer service to all guests. Lillian Harwin is a junior at Walled Lake Northern High School, a passionate volunteer serving her community since the 7th grade. She is part of a youth raising awareness and fundraising to support families in the Ukraine. And finally, Jolie Olashansky is a 3-year member of student leadership at Bloomfield Hills High School and board member of Birmingham Bloomfield Community Coalition's Youth Action Board and a member of Temple Israel's youth group. Congratulations again go to all these young leaders, their families, and their school districts.
The Environmental Stewardship Award salutes local caretakers of our planet's natural resources. The recipients of this award routinely engage in exceptional education outreach and initiatives that protect the environment. Leaders in environmental stewardship are passionate about conservation and guardianship of our land, air, and water resources. Tony Spogashny has devoted 44 years of his time, expertise, and passion for the protection of West Bloomfield's natural resources. His legacy and impact will endure for generations to come. Keith Elementary Green Team is a student club in the Walled Lake Consolidated Schools that is passionate about making a difference in their immediate community and beyond. There is a constant focus on stewardship. Congratulations.
Community Achievement Awards honor community-based organizations for a project or endeavor that brings together several people and/or organizations to benefit the greater good. They are volunteer organizations that work to improve the quality of life for all of us. Bloomfield Hills Schools PTOC Multicultural Celebration honors the heritage of all in Bloomfield Hills Schools. Exemplary leaders of this parent-led community-wide event are Leah Abel and Catherine Danishvar. Holiday Happiness Project 2020 and 2021, sponsored by the Keego Harbor Jacket Club, the Keego Harbor Optimist Club, and the West Bloomfield Optimist Club, provided holiday gifts and food for children and their families. The events were hosted at Fire Station number 5 on Maple Road. The awardees are Dennis Carnes from the Jacket Club, Eddie Delbridge from the Kego Harbor Optimist Club, and Chris White, our president at West Bloomfield Optimist Club. I see Chris, there he is. Chris, start right here. Start shaking hands. West Bloomfield Park's pavement pilots, the dynamic duo of Pamela Charleston Lyon and Ellen Jacobs, were together responsible for organizing and leading many more outdoor walks than planned as volunteers for West Bloomfield Parks. Ellen will be accepting the certificate for Pam. Warriors for Warriors. Warriors for Warriors, now in their 10th year, is a point of pride for Wall Lake Consolidated Schools. Beginning as a single pink out football game to raise money for breast cancer awareness, it has grown immensely. Linda Ishbia will accept the award for the Warriors for Warriors. Is that Linda that just walked by? Okay. Congratulations. There's an extra special community award that will be presented by the Michigan Historical Society. The Greater West Bloomfield Michigan Week Community Awards Breakfast is recipient of the Michigan Milestone Award. This prestigious honor can only be earned by 50 years of continuous leadership. Congratulations to the Michigan Week Committee. Be sure to check Civic Center TV for the date of the formal presentation of the stunning award plaque. You know, the vision crafted by founders of our Michigan Week tradition has served the community well.
Jeff, it certainly has, and there's room for all of us and lessons to learn from those who have a lifetime of service. Lifetime Leadership Awards salute individuals who make a special contribution to the community through dedicated service over a number of years. The recipients are volunteers and/or professionals who work to further the cultural, civic, educational, or spiritual aspects within the community. These volunteers go well beyond the call of duty. Michelle Bianco is Executive Director of the Foundation for Excellence, serving Walled Lake Consolidated Schools. Her advocacy for public education in our region is second to none. Her dynamic leadership benefits all. Cynthia Hill has served as an active volunteer from the first day that she moved to West Bloomfield 10 years ago. She is now a Rotary District Governor. Through the Rotary Strive program, she serves as a motivating force for all. McQuandon Mike Jewell is inspired to share his perspectives on the traditional Native life as an educator and presenter for the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society during guided tours of Apple Island. Molly Rozicki was a lifelong resident of Sylvan Lake and leaves an enviable legacy of service. She volunteered with the Greater West Bloomfield Historical Society as well as Our Lady of Refuge and Prince of Peace. Accepting this recognition is Molly's daughter, Sarah Schraffenberger. Kathy Chico has dedicated her personal and professional career to the children of West Bloomfield School District. Generations of children and adults credit her with giving them a foundation from which to grow. Congratulations. There is a special tribute the Michigan Week Committee is honored to present. In 2023, the name of this award will be changed to honor the ongoing, consistent, passionate, and dedicated to the leadership of an individual who has attended 49 of the Michigan Week Award celebrations. He is also a co-founder of this revered tradition. In 2023, this award will be named the Jeff Lieb Lifetime Leadership Award. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff, thank you for all that you represent to the greater West Bloomfield area.
My, how time flies. I grew up in a household where volunteerism and giving back to the community was a way of life and an example that was set by my parents. Tuesday night, by the way, having nothing to do with this, I had the privilege of being with the CEO of Girl Scouts of Southeast Michigan, Monica Woodson, an organization that helps young girls of Michigan to shape leadership and inspiring examples of volunteerism. It's a wonderful organization. 56 years ago, when I was in the prosecutor's office, I became motivated to get involved in our community because we had something to give back. And I did. I'm grateful for this recognition today. 50 years of Michigan Week has been quite a ride. I passed community volunteerism and involvement onto my family and hopefully onto others. Thanks again for this honor. And moving on, the Jack Freed Emerging Leadership Award is being presented to individuals who demonstrate by their leadership that they are stepping up to assume a broader community role. They excel at more than one thing. They epitomize the values embodied by Michigan Week co-founder, and by the way, he was also a co-founder of the Optimist Club. I didn't start it alone. Jack Freed, who's been my good friend for well over 50 years, has a commitment, curiosity, creativity, and communication and community. It's part of his DNA. Moving on, Kathy Hagopian has served the Charter Township of West Bloomfield for 15 years as a member and leader. Hi, Kathy. As a member and leader of the Planning Commission, Zoning Board of Appeals, and Environmental Commission. Well deserved. Paulina Hakopian is a leader in Bloomfield Hills PTO Council and is the first to volunteer for everything in Bloomfield Hills schools. Her phenomenal attitude makes her an incredible asset to every endeavor she undertakes. Sonia James is the West Bloomfield Schools Executive Director for Educational Equity and Inclusion. Consistent with the concept of community Pastor Freed is known for, Sonia embodies similar values. Last but not least, Tori Yu is Reflections Co-Chair for the Wall Lake PTSA Council. He is a self-motivated volunteer who always takes it upon himself to take the bull by the horns to get things done, and is organized and dependable. Congratulations.
Michigan Week's community partners have always played an important role in the Community Awards breakfast. It is now our pleasure to invite Suzanne Levine, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, to join the receiving line to present the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce Excellence in Civic Leadership Award. Suzanne, would you please join the line? The 2022 honoree is Pamela Zajac. There aren't enough adjectives to describe the remarkable contributions that Pam Zajac has made, not only to the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, but to the community as well. She never ceases to amaze our chamber by volunteering above and beyond expectations and putting 110% of effort into everything that she does. Congratulations, Pam. Thank you, Suzanne.
Will the presidents of the Optimist Club of Keego Harbor, the Optimist Club and Rotary Club of West Bloomfield please join the receiving line? Eddie Delbridge, Keego Harbor Optimist. Chris White, West Bloomfield Optimist President, and Marlon Mackey, West Bloomfield Rotary. Please come up and join the receiving line. These three organizations exist to serve the community and its youth, that's at the center of their creation. Juliana Jones is the winner of the Keego Harbor Optimist Club Essay Contest. The essay theme for 2021-2022 is How Does an Optimistic Mindset Change My Tomorrow? She's a student at West Bloomfield High School. Let's hear it for Juliana Jones. Amani Kayat and Sophia Watha are students at West Bloomfield High School and are recipients of the Be Like Bob Scholarship, named in memory of my late friend and longtime West Bloomfield Optimist Club member, Bob Mellon. Finally, Clarence Coleman, Grace DeJesus, and Brandon Poplar are winners of the Rotary Club of West Bloomfield Strive Scholarship. Each is a member of West Bloomfield High School. The Strive program, which is an acronym for Students Taking Renewed Interest in the Value of Education, is designed to motivate and support students in their senior year. Congratulations, and thank you, presidents. The receiving line, we appreciate your patience. Please feel free to take a seat in the designated area. We're confident you'd like to be present for the next two award presentations.
The final presenter is the fabulous Deb Macon.
Isn't it a fine Michigan morn? Yes. It is our tradition to conclude the award ceremony with the presentation of the Dr. Seymour Grechko Youth Advocate Award, one to a group and one to an individual. In 2002, the Greater West Bloomfield Michigan Week Committee instituted an award to perpetually honor one of our community's heroes for youth. A man whose focus on how will it impact the child so permeated his thinking that it would be only fitting to create a new method for honoring those who go well above the call of duty in their love, their care, their concern, and their advocacy for our community's youth. If I must err, let me err on the side of the child was one of our late superintendent's mottos. The Seymour Grechko, the Dr. Seymour Grechko Youth Advocate Award will be presented for unerring, uncompromising, and unrestrained support of youth. The recipient of the 2022 Dr. Seymour Grechko Youth Advocate Award for a group must model visionary leadership, contribute to building a more inclusive society, be recognized for sustained impact upon the community, create effective partnerships on behalf of youth, and motivate others to strive for professional excellence. The 2022 Grechko Group excels at each of these standards and more. Advancing ways for students to learn and for teachers to teach is at the center of their mission. This community-based, student-centered nonprofit organization recently celebrated its 30th consecutive year of service. Its mission is to champion every child, every day. The 2022 winner of the Dr. Seymour Grechko Youth Advocate Award for a group is the Foundation of Excellence of the Walled Lake Consolidated School District. Michelle Bianco, Executive Director. Michelle, we are very guarded about who has access to the microphone, but we would love to invite you to say a few words. Would you join me on the stage, please?
Well, what a surprise. Those that know me, I'm not usually short of words, but I share this with so many as far as my involvement through the years through PTSA and what is, of course, most near and dear to me, the Foundation for Excellence Walled Lake Schools. And this is not done singularly, but in joint collaboration with so many that I have had the opportunity to work with and who have inspired me and mentored me, have allowed me to grow and to do what I can to help make a difference with so many committed parents, individuals, community groups, and all of you. So thank you so much for recognizing the importance of so many volunteers in our community. Thank you.
The Dr. Seymour Grechko Youth Advocate Award for an individual is presented to someone who has dedicated their professional career to being of service to youth and their families. This winner made it very clear from the outset that keeping what's best for youth and their families would be at the center of each decision. Establishing positive relationships across all sectors of Greater West Bloomfield is a key leadership characteristic of this honoree and his ability to remain steadfast once the course has been chartered. Not only revered by the West Bloomfield School District, this honoree left an indelible mark across all of Greater West Bloomfield, including United We Walk and Rotary of West Bloomfield. It is with great pride that we introduce the 2022 Dr. Seymour Grechko Youth Advocate Award winner, Dr. Gerald Hill.
I already got my award earlier. So it's an honor and a privilege to be a part of such a great community. And I first want to recognize a previous honoree this morning, and my wife, Cynthia. Stand. When we moved here, this is my 11th Michigan Week Awards breakfast. We were introduced to the community 11 years ago after I was appointed by the Board of Education to follow Joanne Andres. And it's been a fantastic experience and journey for myself and for my wife. And I'd like to just acknowledge some people in the audience. First, all of the students from the West Bloomfield School District, would you please stand? They are what my thoughts and motivation is all about on a daily basis. I just love interacting with students and seeing the successes that they have, overcoming challenges and all of that. Then there are some other special groups, not the least is our Board of Education. If you're a Board of Education member from West Bloomfield, could you please stand? This group of dedicated volunteers, they're leaders in our community, but they volunteer their time. And I would just say that I only have a couple board meetings left, and I told Board President Stacy Brickman, one of the things I'm going to miss as superintendent is attending board meetings. She didn't quite believe that. But, if you're a staff member, teacher, or other staff member of the West Bloomfield Schools, would you please stand? Thank you. So everything I have been recognized for really goes to these people. They work day in and day out. They're dedicated. They're a fantastic child-centered group of professionals, very caring, and it's just an honor and a privilege to be a part of the Team WB. And lastly, I would like to just congratulate all the honorees of the breakfast this morning. It's been, like I said, my 11th time, and I've never ceased to be amazed at the dedication of members of this community, and it's been a privilege and an honor to be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hill. This entire community appreciates that you and your wife chose Greater West Bloomfield to be the place where you would live, where you would grow, where you would continue to contribute. Many, many thanks are due. We now have many additional acknowledgments to offer. We would be remiss if we didn't start that list with Michigan Digital, the new name for Dave Scott's company, Civic Center TV, Greater West Bloomfield Cable Commission. You've been the wind beneath our wings. And by the way, we do know that this is the third time we're saying thank you to you. It was important enough for us to make sure that not only you heard us as the Michigan Week Committee, but the community heard as well. If you're not making friends with CCTV, more thanks. Thank you, Kelly and Jeff, for serving as MC. Every experience benefits from facilitation, and your role helped make this event deliver exactly what we had in mind. Thank you to all of our legislators, to our staff, to your staff, and to everyone who helped with the receiving line, as well as all of the wonderful tributes. And just so you know, everyone leaves Michigan Week with lots of bling to show for your accomplishments. And a special shout out must go to the Oakland County Clerk and Register of Deeds. Give a wave, Lisa Brown. Here is why her office and she gets this wave. Every year, every honoree a certificate of appreciation, and we are grateful for that. Michigan Week Community Awards have lots of fun planning. By the way, this is not a 3-month event. We work all year to make sure we're able to deliver as our community wishes us to. And this is also where we invite you to help us follow our friend Jack Freed's challenge. Will Michigan Week continue? Will you help be part of our next 50 years? Who will be here? Let's make it short. Who plans on joining us in 2023? But we also offer some options. You can attend, which is wonderful. You could also volunteer to be a member of the community, right, Carol and Pam? Volunteer to be a member of the committee. You could enroll a Michigan Treasure. We say enroll. Enroll, this is a non-competitive recognition. We trust you. We wish to honor who you select. Just make it one so we can follow our guidelines. Nominate a deserving volunteer. Those of you who nominate are playing an important role in the community. Help shine the light that's important to keep everything moving. Encourage friends and colleagues to celebrate Michigan in your own way. You could choose some of the above, or you could choose all of the above. We know we're talking to the most motivated volunteers ever. Who here can say yes to anything on that list? Okay. We have cameras and we know how to find you. Michigan Week is more than a single event. And how do you wish to lift up the community? And there's a group that must be thanked. Thank you, Michigan Week volunteers. You truly know the meaning of volunteerism. Each of you shared lots of time, your talent, your treasure, and your trust to think together and be creative in ways we could not even imagine. And the Michigan Week team includes Carol Hack, Pam Zajac, Deb Macon, Karen Pushy, Ray, wave or stand up so everyone can see you, Bart Moretsky, Dan Durkin, Kathy Rush, Karen Huey, Megan Kernett, Debbie Binder, Mary Halali, Larry Lieb, Dave Alberry, Lisa Kaplan, Tyler Keefe, Sue Williams, Helen Jane Peters, Officer James Pettinato, Dwayne Sonnevel, Lou Goutman, Kevin Walsh, Sarah Jacobs, and Dave Scott. You heard the names of all of our partners. You heard individuals' names who are from those partners. The generosity in this community continues to amaze us. One more. Will everyone in this room who has ever been recognized at a Michigan Week breakfast, in person or virtual, stand up? And that means this year. It takes all of us together to move forward. And we ask you now to mark your calendar for May 2023. How will you help celebrate 51 years of lifting up community heroes and the civic-minded organizations that tell the complete story? Thank you. Oh, we have one more, the giveaways. Are we keeping? The tabletops. Okay, we changed our mind. Yes, we did. Aren't they lovely? They are the wondrous treat from our creative design team, as well as with the support of Civic Center Television. Thank you, everyone, for watching and participating in the 50th annual Greater West Bloomfield Michigan Week Community Award celebration. Thank you to our Facebook partners who agreed to broadcast this virtual event. Thank you, Bloomfield Hills Schools. Thank you, Walt Lake Schools. Thank you, West Bloomfield Schools. We invite you to watch this program on Comcast Channel 15 and 19 and AT&T Channel 99, and also on demand at civiccentertv.com, and also at my favorite radio station, and I'm hoping yours, 89.3 FM. On behalf of the Michigan Week team, we're a team.
We thank Bill Bertakis for always being our photographer, and we invite you to stand in front of our backdrop. This is something new this year. We've got our Michigan Week backdrop, and get your photos taken after the event.
Oh, excellent, excellent, excellent. Thank you so much, Pam. And on behalf of the Michigan Week team, may everyone here have many, many more wonderful Michigan morns. Thank you for all that you have given today.